Welcome to the Operation Smooth podcast. My name is Kevin. This is the second half of my Plays Premier League Soccer doubleheader. This time around, we are going to give you the final of the Carabao Cup between the two best teams in England, quite frankly, Arsenal and Manchester City. The two teams are in the tunnel. We're going to get things rocking and rolling real quick. Here's a look at the starting lineups. The two regular goalkeepers for each squad are not going to be playing today. So you will see Donnarumma for Manchester City, and you will not see David Raya for Arsenal. What you will see is the starting lineup for Arsenal. You got Kepa, who was the former starter at Chelsea a few years ago. He is going to be the goalkeeper for today's matchup. Having said that, looks like they've got the big guns starting for both sides. The back four for Arsenal, Piero Hincapié, who has been a revelation since coming in on loan for Bayern Munich. The two center backs, Gabriel and Saliba, probably the best center back combination in Europe. And then you're going to have Ben White as the right back in place of Jurriën Timber, who was injured. Two holding midfielders, superstar Declan Rice, and also Zubamendi, who has been fantastic as well. There's a hug between the managers. Pep Guardiola of Manchester City and his former understudy, Mikel Arteta, the manager of Arsenal. Again, the teams are about to come out of the tunnel. James Trafford will be goalkeeper for Man City. I'm sorry, I forgot to give you the front three for Arsenal. The two wingers, Bukayo Saka on the right side, the superstar right winger. Trossard will be the left winger. Kai Havertz is going to be playing will be the holding midfielder on the 10 slot, and Victor Gyökeres, who is cooking. He is getting hot. He will be the lone striker for Manchester City. They're going to be playing in a 4-1-3-2, kind of an unusual formation. Nico O'Reilly will be the left back. Nicholas Ake and Kusanov, they will be the two center backs, so you don't have the starting back four that City usually has. Nunez will be the right back. Usually he plays more of a field role. Rodri will be the defensive midfielder. And then you have at the wing spot, Jeremy Doku. Ryan Cherky, what a revelation he's been as well this year. He will be the right winger. In between them, Bernardo Silva, the captain of Manchester City. And then the front two will be Semenyo, who came in from Bournemouth in the January transfer window. He has been absolutely great. And then, obviously, Erling Haaland, the superstar striker for Manchester City, who, quite frankly, has not had as great of a season as he has had in the past. So that's going to be the starting lineup for this Carabao Cup final. The Carabao Cup is different from the FA Cup. In the FA Cup, you have teams from basically, I think England's got like 10 divisions in their 10 tiers of soccer. So once you get past the League Two, which is the fourth tier, you've got the Vanarama League, and then you've got Division 6, 7, all the way down to like at least 10. So in the FA Cup, all those teams play to get to the FA Cup final. In the Carabao Cup, it's only the teams in the top four divisions. The Premier League, the Sky Bet Championship, League One, and League Two. So those are the teams that comprise the candidates to try to win the Carabao Cup. It is not as prestigious as the FA Cup, but nevertheless, the Carabao Cup is still considered a major honor. The teams are live at Wembley Stadium, where the FA Cup final is also played. Right now, it looks like they are singing the English national anthem. Look at Arsenal's form in all competitions. They eliminated Bayer Leverkusen in the Champions League. They beat Mansfield Town to advance into the FA Cup. And then in the league, a huge 1-0 win at Brighton. And then that epic 2-0 win against Everton, in which Max Dowman, the 16-year-old kid from Arsenal's academy, what a star performance. For Manchester City, their form not quite as good. They drew at home to Nottingham 2-2. They did beat Newcastle I believe that was in the FA Cup, but they did get bounced out of the Champions League by Real Madrid. They lost 3-0 in the first leg, and then the second leg they lost 2-1. They did draw at home to, they went to West Ham last week and drew, so that just gave Arsenal some more cushion to work with. Uh, let's take a quick peek at the substitutions. Obviously, the starting keepers will not start. For Arsenal, you've got Christian Mosquera, Miles Lewis-Skelly, Ricardo Calafiori, Christian Norgard, the aforementioned Max Dowman, Gabriel Jesus, Gabriel Martinelli, and Nono Madueke. Unfortunately, Jurriën Timber probably won't play. Neither will Martin Odegaard, the regular captain for Arsenal, and Mikel Merino. He's pretty much out for the season. As far as Manchester City goes, again, Donnarumma will not start. John Stones is first substitute. Nori, Mateo Kukovic, Nico Gonzalez, Phil Foden, Tijani Renders, Omar Memush, and Savinho will be the substitutes. Josko Vardio out for the season with a broken leg. Ruben Diaz has a hamstring injury, so he'll be out for a few weeks. So that's a look again at the starting lineups for this Carabao Cup final, this 2026 Carabao Cup final between Arsenal and Manchester United. What will be the mindset of Arsenal? Because this is not considered like the top competition, so to speak. Arsenal are probably looking more to win the Premier League, the Champions League, and possibly the FA Cup. Are they going to go full force to try to win this matchup? Or are they going to kind of, so to speak, let Manchester City win because we're trying to win the Premier League. We're 9 points ahead of you guys. Or are they going to try to send a message to beat Man City today and send basically a psychological message before their April the 19th matchup, which could seal the Premier League? Listen, Manchester City, this team is not as good as some of the Manchester City teams of the past, so we do have to be honest with ourselves. But they are still a fantastic side, and who's to say that they won't be able to get a victory here over Arsenal? The only time they played this season was back in September at the Emirates. Looked like City were going to walk away with a 1-0 win, but Arsenal got a goal towards right in stoppage time, second half stoppage time, to make it a 1-1 draw. So this is only their second meeting of the season. Live from Wembley, the Carabao Cup final. Arsenal in their traditional red uniforms, and we are underway. Arsenal in the red uniform, attacking from left to right on your screen. Manchester City in their sky blue uniforms, they will be attacking, Manchester City will be attacking from left to right. Arsenal in the red, they will be attacking from right to left on the screen. And I'm on YouTube, I'm on Rumble. And I am on X. Opening minute, Jesus. Passes picked off. Semenyo. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Kusanov. That ball is out off of Doku. That'll be a throw-in for. Looks like that'll be a throw-in for Man City. O'Reilly with the throw-in. Looks like Bukayo battling O'Reilly along with Doku. Zubamendi wins that one. Oh, back offsides against Victor Gyökeres. 2 minutes into this matchup. Again, let's see how Arsenal handle this matchup. There's a look at Mikel Arteta, the manager of Arsenal, looking to finally win some trophies this year. There's a look at Eberiche Eze. Thank you to everybody that's watching on X. Got some really good viewership early on in this watch along. Thank you everybody that's watching. There's a look at Jurriën Timber, who probably will not play due to injury. There's Kepa. Saliba. Gabriel. Back to Saliba. No pressure applied by Man City as of right now in this stage of this game. They've got Doku, Erling Haaland, Bernardo Silva, and Semenyo in a front four. Hincapié. Back to Gabriel. Who kept almost messed that up. Gabriel. Back to Kepa. Saliba. Declan Rice. Okay, Saliba wins that header. Ben White. Okay, Ben White with the long pass, trying to get to Gyökeres. He gets to Gyökeres, who beats Ake. But that's too long. Gyökeres crosses it. And looks like Kai Havertz made contact with Kusanov, but nothing is called. Oh, excellent pass by Declan Rice. Looks like that'll be a goal kick for Manchester City. And also, after this game is done, I will stay on for the trophy presentation. Gabriel, Gyökeres, Kai Havertz, Gyökeres. Beats out a couple of defenders, but the numbers game catches up with him. Saliba battling Erling Haaland. Back to Declan Rice. Declan Rice dropping back in support. Zubamendi. Oh, bad pass. Ben White asleep at the wheel. Throw in for City. Nico Riley. Silva back to O'Reilly. Doku. Doku got schooled there by Ben White. And that's out. Throw in. Throw in for Arsenal. Rice. That's cleared. That's out. Throw in for Arsenal. Ben White. Oh, Kai Havertz. Was he offsides? Looks like he wasn't. Saka. Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz, whose goal in the 2020 Champions League final won the Champions League for Chelsea against Manchester City. Declan Rice. Bukayo Saka against O'Reilly and Doku. Saka cutting inside to Ben White. Ben White, Zubamendi to Kai. Saka with the shot. Save the cheaper. 3 straight saves. Gabriel tries a shot. No good. Wow, 3 straight saves by James Trafford. What a pass by Mendy to Kai Havertz. There's the first save. There's Saka. Saka had 2 shots. Nicolas Ake. Bernardo Silva all the way back in the penalty box in support. Nico O'Reilly. 7 minutes into the first half. Now Rodri in support of the center halves. Kusanov. Nunes. Kusanov. Rodri. To Nico O'Reilly. Ake. Kusanov. Rodri. To Nunes. Nunes. Cherki. Incapia there. Gabriel clears it. Oh, that was a straight up takedown by Kusanov on Gyökeres. Foul call. No, off of Arsenal. Throw in for Man City. Declan Rice. Saka. Kai Havertz. Oh, that pass almost went through to Gyökeres. Good defense by City. Now Nico O'Reilly. To Jeremy Doku. Rodri. Kusanov. Nunes. Met by Trossard. Kusanov. Rodri. Pressure by Kai Havertz. Ake. Doku. Doku gets in between Ben White and Saka. Back to Ake. Kusanov. More pressure by Arsenal. Declan Rice tries to get it. Tackle Rodri. Unsuccessful. Now, Cherki. Met by Zubamendi. Semenyo. Met by Cherki outside the penalty area. Cherki was looking to shoot. To Bernardo Silva. Incapia there. Outside of the penalty area. Oh, William Saliba holds off Erling Haaland, but that's a foul by Erling Haaland on William Saliba. Arsenal getting busy here. Saka. Oh, that pass cut off by Nicolas Ake. That was a through pass to Victor Gyökeres. Great defending by Nicolas Ake. Zubamendi. Declan Rice. Trossard along the touchline at the bottom of the screen. Declan Rice. William Saliba. Saka taken down by Nico O'Reilly. That's a foul. There's a look at Thomas Tuchel, former manager of Chelsea, current manager of the England national team. The World Cup will begin next month in the United States. England looking to finally win the World Cup for the first time since 1966. Declan Rice with a free kick, cleared by O'Reilly, but it goes to Trossard and it's blocked. And looks like it got cleared by Bernardo Silva, but it looks like it's going to be a throw-in for Arsenal. It'll be a corner for Arsenal. Arsenal will take that corner on the top left-hand corner of your screen. And we know how dangerous Arsenal is from set pieces such as this corner. Bukayo Saka will take let's take this corner, top left hand of the screen, cleared by City, out to Hincapié, Kai Havertz, off of Jeremy Doku, throwing for Arsenal. Declan Rice will take the throw-in. Into the penalty box. Cleared by Doku. Hincapié blocking off Cherki. Declan Rice to Ben White. Ben White, that pass way too long, and that will be a goal kick for Manchester City. There's a look at Mikel Arteta. Could Mikel Arteta finally win the Premier League this season after 3 straight second-place finishes? And again, Arsenal right now in the Premier League, they have a 9-point lead over Manchester City. And with a schedule that on paper looks to be easier. On paper. Haaland, Bernardo Silva, back to O'Reilly, Nicolas Ake, Bernardo Silva, Rodri, to Nunes. Nunes met by Trossard. Semenyo, back to Nunes. Nunes, headed by Gabriel, back to Saliba. No one there for City. Gabriel, Hincapié, back to Gabriel. Back to Kepa. Again, no real pressure by City. Kepa with the long pass. Kai Havertz does not win that header. Rodri. Jeremy Doku against Ben White. Oh, but Saka, good defending by Saka to Ben White. There are Trossard and Bernardo Silva getting tangled. Referee having a word with Bernardo Silva. Foul by Silva, but nothing called. No penalty, no card. Oh, Hincapié gets stuck in. And Hincapié is going to get a yellow card for that challenge. A very strong challenge on Nunes. Definitely gets his right foot. So now Piero Hincapié has got to play with his head on a swivel to make sure he does not get a second yellow. All right, free kick. Nunes, pressure by Gyökeres. Kusanov. Back to Ake. To Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland dropping back into the midfield. Rodri to Nunez. Rodri with the long pass, but Ben White is there. Rodri. Gabriel. Trossard. Hincapié. All the way out to Kusanov. Kusanov to Trafford. Trafford. Sent it out to Doku. Doku double teamed by Ben White and Zubamendi. Arsenal regain possession. Saka. Saka taken down by Bernardo Silva. Free kick for Arsenal. The referee gives a warning to Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva, one of the greatest players in the history of Manchester City. Free kick taken. It'll be Declan Rice way outside of the penalty area. Still early in the first half. There's a free kick into the penalty box. Haaland clears it. Ben White to Saka. Saka cuts inside. Saka cutting inside again. Triple teamed to Trossard. Oh, Hincapié missed. But there's Gabriel. Low cross. Cleared by City. Jeremy Doku. He is fouled by Zubamendi. There's a City player down in the penalty box. And that was Ryan Cherky. Saka collides with Cherky there, but definitely was nothing. No foul called. There's a look at Pep Guardiola, one of the greatest managers in the history of this sport. A two-time treble winner, won a treble with Barcelona in 2009 and with Manchester City in 2023. All the way back to Trafford, pressure by Gyökeres. Oh, Bernardo Silva, nice pass. Nunez. Nunez with lots of space. Semenyo. Gets by Hincapié, good cross. Oh, Haaland just missed. Doku against Ben White. That's off of the foot of Ben White, and that'll be a corner for Manchester City. Manchester City's first corner in this Carabao Cup final. Oh, Erling just missed that one. Not by much. Okay, this corner will be taken from the top right-hand corner of your screen. Ryan Cherky with the corner. Kepa catches that easily. Now Arsenal with a chance for a counterattack. Zubamendi. Good tackle, but Arsenal still in possession. Oh, that was a clear foul. Declan Rice. And that's out. Bukayo Saka took an elbow to the head. Nothing called. Okay, the ref having a word with Bukayo Saka. Kai Havertz. That was a good tackle by Kusanov. Okay, it was just Saka ran into the shoulder of Jeremy Doku and went down. So no foul called, as we are pretty much at the halfway point of the first half. Still no score. Trafford with the goal kick for Man City. Okay. Gets past everybody to Nicholas Ake, back to Trafford. Looks like Arsenal. Looks like Man City wants to attack the right side of Arsenal's defense. Cleared by Ben White to Kusanov, Kai Havertz, Rodri, Bernardo Silva, Cherki, O'Reilly, Jeremy Doku. Zubamendi applying pressure. Good back pass to Nico Riley. Kusanov. Nunes. Kusanov. Rodri. Nicholas Ake. Rodri. O'Reilly. Oh, good tackle by William Saliba. With a step over, he kind of pushed Jeremy Doku a little bit there. That'll be a throw-in for Manchester City. Rodri. Kusanov. Midway through the first half, no score. No real shot on goal for Man City. Arsenal had 3 straight shots in the first 10 minutes. 3 straight saves by James Trafford. Nunes. Cherki, met by Trossard. Semenyo. Nunes. Kusanov. Kusanov tries to get to Semenyo, but Gabriel is there. Trossard. Gets past Nunes. Long pass. Trying to get to Victor Gyökeres. Pass is way too long. Kusanov. Trafford. Trafford tries to send it to Nico O'Reilly. And that's going to be out of bounds. And Nico O'Reilly in a little some shoving with Zubamendi. But that'll be a throw-in for Arsenal. Now the ref wants to have a word with O'Reilly and with Zubamendi. Declan Rice. Saliba. All the way back to Gabriel. Gabriel back to Kepa. Manchester City, they've got like a 4-man block to try to pressure the defense, but no heavy pressure per se. You've got from left to right, you've got Doku, Erling Haaland, Cherki, and Semenyo. So Cherki and Doku pushing up in support. Now Gabriel. So Arsenal right now trying to break that line. The ball at the feet of Kepa in the penalty box. He's basically at the penalty spot right now. Arsenal looking for answers right now. Out to Declan Rice. Declan Rice all the way at the bottom of the screen to try to relieve that pressure. Gabriel, Kepa, Saliba. Back to Gabriel. Now City laying off. Oh, that's a bad pass by Gabriel to Bernardo Silva. Okay. Semenyo. Oh, tried the shot. Good block by Gabriel, and it goes way out near the center circle. Now, Cherki. Trossard. To Kusanov. To Ake. Cherki back to Ake. Cherki. Kusanov. Nunes. Now Rodri on the right side. Semenyo. Semenyo goes around Hincapié. Back to Turkey. Semenyo. Turkey. Bernardo Silva. Now Man City with more possession. Zubamendi almost dispossesses Rodri, but City still with the ball. O'Reilly. Jeremy Doku trying to get around Ben White. Ben White holding his own, but there's Doku. Ake. Rodri. Pressure by Kai Havertz. Doku. O'Reilly. Rodri. To the other side of the pitch with Cherki. Cherki met by Hincapié. Cherki cuts inside. That's blocked. Nunes. Kusanov. Nicholas Ake. Rodri dropping back in support. Out to Nunes. Semenyo against Hincapié at the bottom of the screen. Semenyo gets past Hincapié in the penalty box. But what a block by Gabriel. Excellent block. And that'll be a corner for Man City. That corner will be taken from the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Manchester City's second corner. In this Carabao Cup final. Bernardo Silva will take the corner. Cleared by Gabriel. Saka holding off Jeremy Doku. To Saliba, and Saliba clears it all the way out. Kai Havertz. Gyökeres. And that's a foul. And that's a foul by Bernardo Silva, looks like. On Kai Havertz. Again, thank you to the massive viewership that I'm having today on X. Thank you. Much appreciated. Okay, looks like a Ricardo Calafiori is warming up. There's a look at Mikel Arteta speaking to one of his assistants. Saliba. Pressure by Haaland. Gabriel. Back to Saliba. Although a good pass to Kai Havertz. Able to break that press. Ben White. Trossard can't get past Nunes. That's off of Kusanov. And that'll be a throw-in for Arsenal. Declan Rice. Zubamendi. Back to Gabriel. Now Arsenal pushing up. Saliba. Ben White. To Saka. Saka taken down by Doku. No foul call. Oh, nice work by Declan Rice there. But it goes back to City. O'Reilly's. Turn Saka around. Erling Haaland. Haaland. Oh, but Declan Rice is there in support of Saliba. Back to Kepa. That's clear. Kai Havertz. Oh, what a strong tackle by Kusanov on Victor Gyökeres, and that is going to be a yellow card on Kusanov. That ball bounced off of very strong. Ooh. That could have really injured Victor Gyökeres. That's a yellow card on Abdulkadir Kusanov, the young 22-year-old center back who's really found his place in the Manchester City lineup, and it looks like he's one for the future. Free kick. Declan Rice with a free kick. Cleared by City. Declan Rice. Ben White. The White-Rice combo. Kepa. Gabriel. Gyökeres. Oh, Ake is there. Great response by the veteran defender. Gyökeres definitely was onside. Good sliding tackle by Ake. That'll be a throw in for Arsenal. Arsenal near the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. Arsenal attacking from right to left on the screen. Nearly 33 minutes into this Carabao Cup final. No score. Declan Rice, he's going to throw it into the penalty area. Throw in. Cleared by Semenyo. Zubamendi. Cleared by City. Look at the speed of Jeremy Doku. Ben White all the way back to Kepa. Kepa way outside of the penalty area. On kick. That's a foul by Gabriel on Matheus Nunes. That will be a free kick for Manchester City. Okay. Now Arsenal putting heavy pressure on City. Pass Semenyo. Turkey. Nunes. Bernardo Silva. Back to Nunes. Oh, so almost gets a hold of that. Now Bernardo Silva. City with a chance for the break. O'Reilly met by Zubamendi. Jeremy Doku met by Ben White. Doku cutting inside, but Zubamendi's there. Bernardo Silva with the cross. Cleared by Gabriel. Declan Rice. Declan Rice having to hold off 3 City players. And he does so. Hincapié with the clearance. Headed by Kusanov. To Declan Rice. Back to Gabriel. Gabriel sends it long. Kai Havertz taken down. But nothing called. Bernardo Silva. Rodri back to Bernardo Silva. Rodri. Nico O'Reilly. Rodri. Doku. O'Reilly. Rodri. Kusanov. Nunes. Doku cutting inside, but Hincapié, good defending. Trossard. Now Victor Gyökeres. Kusanov was already on a yellow, but Cherki holds off Hincapié. Now they're battling near the center circle. Hincapié with a yellow card. He has to be careful. Bernardo Silva. Good defending, good sliding tackle by Zubamendi. Trossard. Kai Havertz. Bukayo Saka against Nico O'Reilly. Now Jeremy Doku in support. That's off of Nico O'Reilly, and that will be a corner for Arsenal. And Arsenal's going to take that corner from the top left-hand corner of your screen. As we near the end of the first half. Thank you to everybody that's watching on X and on YouTube this morning. If you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. Okay, here's the corner for Arsenal. Look at Bernardo Silva over there trying to bum rush William Saliba. There's the corner. Oh, Hincapié with the header, but not really. That header really was not a threat to Man City. As we approach near the end of the first half, there's a look at Mark Gahey, who Manchester City acquired from Crystal Palace. It looked like he was going to go to Liverpool. It looked like that was all said and done. There's Ruben Diaz, the regular captain for City, out through injury. Erling Haaland, home lost Saliba. Now, Jeremy Doku. Back to Ake. Matheus Nunes. Semenyo. Rodri. Ben White is there, but that's out. It's throwing for Man City. Matheus Nunes. Rodri. Kusanov. Ryan Cherky, lots of space. Arsenal's left side of defense. Rodri. Semenyo in the penalty area. Blocked by Gabriel. Gyökeres to Gabriel. And that's all the way out to James Trafford. Kusanov. Nicholas Ake. Rodri. Silva. Nunes. Back to Silva. Now Nunes. Blowing by a couple of Arsenal defenders. Out to Semenyo. Ryan Cherky. Cherky trying to put moves on Leandro Trossard. Leandro Trossard sticking to him like glue. Now Semenyo against Hincapié. Semenyo with the cross. Cross is too strong, and that'll be a goal kick for Arsenal. 5 minutes left in the first half. No score in this 2026 Carabao Cup final between Arsenal and Manchester City. There's a look at Erling Haaland, who again has not had as good a season as he's had in previous seasons in the Premier League. Kepa, Gabriel to Hincapié, almost picked off by Semenyo. Hincapié. Okay, that's off of Nunes, but it's a throw-in for Arsenal. Back to Gabriel. Declan Rice dropping back and forth. Again, that front four block for Man City. Rice. Saliba. Declan Rice. Back to William Saliba. Arsenal having trouble in their own half of the pitch trying to clear that front four. Ben White. Good awareness by Ben White. Saka gets flung by Ake, nothing called. Ben White. Saka. Off of O'Reilly. Throw in for Arsenal. Kai Havertz. Tries to get it to Gyökeres. That's off of Ake. Cleared by City. Now City, my numbers. Chance to counterattack. Erling Haaland near the center circle. Doku. Met by Saliba. That's off of Arsenal. That'll be a corner for Manchester City. Manchester City's third corner of the first half. Short corner. Doku. Bernardo Silva. Haaland misses it. Bernardo Silva. Nunes. Cleared by Hincapié. Doku. Now Hincapié on the right side. Doku. Shot blocked. Bernardo Silva. Nunes. Bernardo Silva. Declan Rice. Oh, good clearance by Arsenal, but now the Trossard can't hold on to it. Now, Ryan Cherky. Cherky tries to get past four players unsuccessfully. Goes all the way back out to City. Bernardo Silva. Ryan Cherky. Cherky against Declan Rice in the penalty box. Rodri. Kusanov. Nunes. Rodri. Bernardo Silva against Declan Rice. Silva just outside the penalty box. Cherky. Semenyo. Semenyo with the moves. Low cross. Haaland just over the bar. And Erling Haaland still struggling to get the ball in the back of the net. Great move by Semenyo. Gets past Trossard, gets past Rice. But good defensive work by Hincapié to hold off Erling Haaland. He was basically double teamed by and Ben White. All right, Kepa with the goal kick as we approach the end of the first half. Off of Ben White. There's a look at both managers. 1 minute of stoppage time. Okay, back to Trafford. Looks like we're going to have a goalless half here in the Carabao Cup final. Hopefully the second half will be more exciting. Arsenal had a couple of shots early. City real shots, except for probably that one that Erling Haaland just missed. Okay, O'Reilly gets past Saka. Okay, that was a good defending. And that's the end of the first half in this 2026 Carabao Cup final. No score. A first half that, quite frankly, not all that exciting, if we're being honest. So I'm going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with the second half of this 2026 Carabao Cup final. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully it'll be more exciting than this first half. And I'll be back on the Operation Smooth podcast. All right, everybody, I'm back. This is the Smooth Operator podcast, broadcasting live from YouTube, also on X, and also on Rumble. If you like what you're seeing today, feel free to join me in any of the chats as we get ready for the second half of this 2026 Carabao Cup final between Manchester City and Arsenal. The two teams that, quite frankly, the two top teams as it stands right now in English soccer. Unfortunately, no real action going on. Yes, Arsenal had those three shots in the 7th minute of the first half, where James Trafford made the save on Kai Havertz, and then the double save on Bukayo Saka. Other than that, if we're really being honest, uh, been a very cagey first half. Not a lot of excitement. Manchester City did have an opportunity near the end of the first half, that cross by Semenyo that went over Holland's head. But other than that, let's keep it real. Not super exciting. I'm hoping that the second half will provide a lot more excitement in a lot of my watch-alongs, with the exception of the one earlier between Nottingham Forest and Tottenham. Usually, a lot of these games come down to the wire. If you've watched some of my other watch-alongs, the very first watch-along I ever did was the one in September of 2024, where it ended 2-2. Leandro, it was an Arsenal against Manchester City. It was match day 5. Leandro Trossard got the red card near the end of the first half, and at the end of the game, Manchester City tied it. That's the game where Erling Haaland bounced the ball off the head of Gabriel. And there's been some pretty good ones too. Earlier this season, you had Chelsea with a last-minute goal at the Etihad against Man City. That really, really good Liverpool-Manchester City game we had earlier last season. That Liverpool-Manchester United game that ended 2-2, in which Harry Maguire had a chance to win it at the end, and he missed it. So, in a lot of these watch-alongs have some good ones. Earlier this year, I think I did the Aston Villa Arsenal game, in which Aston Villa won at the last second. I really wanted to do the Aston Villa Chelsea one, but I wasn't able to. But a lot of these watch-alongs that I've done in the last year and a half, man, they've been some good ones. So let's see if in this Carabao Cup final, obviously the first half, again, kind of a dud of a first half, but let's see what happens in the second. Hopefully, like I said, we'll have a much more exciting second half. I think Ake has been really good on defense uh, for Manchester City. You can make a case he's been the man of the match. For the Blues. And the second half should be the second half should begin here shortly. And I'm hoping that things pick up, because this has not been not the most exciting of games. Here in this here in this first half. The second half about to begin. Let's take one last look at the lineups. Looks like there's no changes on either side, no substitutions as we begin the second half of this 2026 Carabao Cup final. Still no score. I think Nicholas Ake has been the man of the match. Declan Rice has been really solid for Arsenal. Kai Havertz, other than in the first few minutes of the game, he's kind of not been in the picture. Nkapie has the yellow card along with Kusanov, so both of them have to be careful. Again, there's a look at the lineups. No changes to either side, and we are about to start the second half of this 2026 Carabao Cup final. And also after the game, I will stay on for the trophy presentation. Manchester City in the second half will be attacking from right to left on your screen. Arsenal will be attacking from left to right as the second half gets underway. Nicholas Ake. Kusanov. Nunes. Bernardo Silva. No, that's Ryan Cherky hugging the line. Back to Ake. Arsenal with the standard four-man line. Semenya try to get past Nkapie. Rodri. Nunes. Rodri. Bernardo Silva to Rodri. Ake. Now Ake pushing up. Back to Nunes. Cherky. Cherky hugging the top, showing at the top of your screen. Kusanov. Nunes. Cherky. Met by Nkapie. Tries the long pass to Semenyo. Passes way too long. Kepa is there in the Arsenal penalty area. Now, again, City with that front four in front of Arsenal's defense. Arsenal have issues trying to clear that front four line of Doku, Holland, Cherky, and Semenyo. And Kepa just seems to content to hold the ball in the penalty area until somebody from City tries to apply pressure, but no sense of urgency. Saliba. Back to Kepa. Gabriel. Now Nkapie. Nkapie back to Gabriel. Gabriel hoofs it out of the area. Zubimendi. Doku. Nunes. Semenyo. Oh, what a pass to Nunes. Ben White gets a piece of it. Now Silva. Doku. Doku had three Arsenal players around him. Bernardo Silva. Nunes. Ryan Cherky. Cherky cuts inside on Ben White. Erling Haaland. The shot is deflected and it's into the hands of Kepa. Seems like William Saliba has the assignment of going mano a mano with Erling Haaland as opposed to Gabriel. And that shot went off of Gabriel's foot, but right into the arms of Kepa. Now, Incapié. Capié. Pass it to Gyökeres. Back to Havertz. Gyökeres. Now Gyökeres against Cherki. Gyökeres with the cross. Met by Ake. Oh, but Kai Havertz. Great job to force the ball off of Man City. And that'll be a corner for Arsenal. Oh, that's a bad call. That should have been off of Havertz. But that will be a corner for Arsenal. Arsenal will take that from the top right corner of your screen. Declan Rice takes the corner. We know how dangerous Arsenal have been on set pieces. Oh, there was a chance there, but there's Ake. Ben White. Incapié tries to go with the clearance. He goes down. Oh, Kepa, what are you doing? Kepa, what are you doing? Kepa, what are you doing? Yeah, that's a yellow card. That's a yellow card on Kepa. He's over there. He's hugging Jeremy Doku outside of the penalty area. That probably should be a red card. Kepa, what are you doing? Oh, what was that? That should be. Now, technically, he didn't handle the ball with his hands outside of the penalty area. But yeah, you can see right there. He even tried to hug. Doku there. He tried a little bit of a jiu-jitsu back take. But Kepa Arrizabalaga only gets a yellow. Wow, that's crazy. That probably should have been a red. And there's a Pep Guardiola having a conversation with the fourth official. But that probably would be called a red card. Especially because it says Kepa per se didn't handle the ball. All right, looks like Semenyo will take that free kick. So City with an opportunity to score here. There's the free kick. Semenyo. Oh, well over the bar. Too strong. Goal kick for Arsenal. Goal kick for Arsenal. Oh, nice defensive work there by Declan Rice. Oh, that could have been a lucky bounce for Arsenal, but unfortunately wasn't meant to be. Trafford. Sends the long kick to Ben White. Zubimendi. Kai Havertz. Declan Rice. Declan Rice getting stuck in. Ooh, Saka. I wonder if that would have been offsides if he had got to that ball. Goes back to Trafford. Saliba. Holds off Holland. Now it's Jeremy Doku. Rodri. Kuzanov. Nicholas Ake. Rodri again playing in between the center backs in support. Zubimendi attacking Bernardo Silva. Oh, Declan Rice. Pretty much body slamming Ben White there. Nothing called. Nico O'Reilly. Doku. with the cross, but Arsenal is there. Trossard, Hincapié, back to Gabriel. Gabriel sends it all the way out, and it's going to go to Man City's end of the pitch to James Trafford. Ake. Now City regroups. Nunes. Ryan Cherky met by Trossard. Cherky cuts inside a little bit, but Declan Rice had it, but dispossessed by Erling Haaland. Now goes back out to Kusanov. Okay. Bernardo Silva. Plenty of space for Silva. Silva continues, cuts inside. Silva. Oh, Silva. Doku. Oh, but headed out by Arsenal. Cherky in the penalty box. Now Cherky cutting inside. Rodri blocked by Zubamendi. Arsenal being resolute on defense. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Cherky. Semenyo. Cherky. Met by Hincapié. Trossard is there. That's going to go Ake. Ake to Jeremy Doku. Ball stays in bounds. Jeremy Doku. Declan Rice with the defending. Ake. Jeremy Doku. City piling on the pressure right now in these first few minutes of the second half. Bernardo Silva. Rodri. Semenyo cutting inside. Oh, just missed. That was a good shot by Semenyo with the left-footed effort. He had plenty of space against Hincapié. He cuts inside. Good effort. Gabriel. Kepa. Kepa's content to keep the ball in the penalty area. City fans not happy about the, looks like it's time wasting. There's Ben White wide open. City win the header there. There's Jeremy Doku against Ben White. There. Oh, good block. Cherky with an opportunity. Good sliding tackle by Nunes to dispossess Kai Havertz. Now, City again in possession. Bernardo Silva is on the wing, and O'Reilly is cutting inside. Now Semenyo against Hincapié. Oh, good defending by Hincapié. Now Kai Havertz comes in. Back to Kusanov. Now Arsenal pushing up. Ake. Back to Trafford. Nunes. Semenyo. Nunes. Uh-oh. Erling Haaland. Good defending by Saliba. That was fantastic. Great composure by William Saliba. Gabriel. Declan Rice. Hincapié. Sends it back to City. Nunes. Oh, that was world class by William Saliba. Now, Cherky on the wing against Hincapié. Rodri. Met by Incapié. Now Bernardo Silva spinning Kai Havertz around. Saliba. Uh-oh. Ake. Blocked by Gabriel. Cleared out by Arsenal. Kusanov. Now Rodri. Heavy pressure by City. They've got all the momentum right now. Bernardo Silva against Incapié. Cherky. Cross. Kepa. Oh, of Kepa's hand. And it's 1-0 City. Nico O'Reilly with the goal. Oh. Oh, Kepa. I guess that's why he's the backup. And Manchester City lead 1-0 in this 2026 Carabao Cup final. Oh, Kepa, you screwed that up. Oh, that should have been a simple. That's that's a clear howler there by Kepa. The by Turkey off the fingertips of Kepa, and O'Reilly is there. Beats up Zuba as the City fans go into raptures. They definitely would like to win this Carabao Cup. They're probably not going to win the Premier League unless things really go south for Arsenal. They're out of the Champions League. I'm not sure if they're still in the FA Cup or not. But there's still 30 minutes left. Doku, lots of space against Ben White. Might be time for Arteta to make some substitutions here. Erling Haaland cleared out. Kusanov. Nunes. Nope. Back to Kepa. Kepa with the long kick. Cleared by City. Bernardo Silva. Dispossessed. Foul by Semenyo on Trossard. There's a look at David Raya, the regular keeper for Arsenal, he's been world class this season. Piero Hincapié with the clearance that's out. That'll be a throw in for Arsenal. Okay, looks like we're going to get a couple substitutions. Looks like Ricardo Calafiori is going to come on, and looks like Noni Madueke is going to come on for Arsenal. Saliba with the clearance. Oh, right back to Doku. Ben White. There's good recovery by Ben White. Doku in the penalty area. Doku. Oh, good pass. And it's 2-0 City. O'Reilly again, this time with the header. And it looks like City's going to get over on Arsenal, at least in the Carabao Cup final. Nico Riley out here scoring goals like he's Lionel Messi. His second of the afternoon. Let's see how that goal developed. It was off the block. There's Nunes with the cross. The ball goes over Bernardo Silva, but there's Nico Riley. Can't blame Kepa for that one. And it's 2-0 Manchester City. 25 minutes left. And it looks like we're going to see a double substitution by Arsenal. So Noni Madueke has come on for Arsenal. For Kai Havertz, and Calafiori comes on for Piero Hincapié. Yeah, Kai Havertz. Didn't have a really, quite frankly, did not have a great match. So here's a quick look at the lineups. Again, Noni Madueke comes on for Kai Havertz, Ricardo Calafiori comes on for Hincapié. Definitely not Kai Havertz's finest hour. Same for Hincapié. All right, back to the action. Madueke, Ben White. Ben White's probably exhausted from dealing with Jeremy Doku. 2-0 Man City. It's looking good for them to win the Carabao Cup. All right, Turkey. Rodri. Now, it doesn't really look like there's a sense of urgency from Arsenal right now. Oh, what a foul there by Ben White. And he gets a yellow card. And if we're being honest, that's a foul out of just out of frustration. More than anything, it's been a very long afternoon. For Ben White with that foul on Turkey. Chucky putting on a little show there with the dribbling skills. Looks like looks like Ben White was not a fan. So I'm trying to get this screen going. Okay, Arsenal might be a chance there. Madueke taking on Ake. It's not going to work. There we go. Sorry. I'm trying to get this to fit my screen here. There we go. This is what I was trying to show here. Trying to show the lineups. Let me get it just right. There we go. So Incapie is out. Calafiori is in. Kai Havertz is out. Noni Madueke is in. 20 minutes left in this Carabao Cup final. And you know Kepa is going to get a lot of the blame because of the first goal. Semenyo. Now Ben White. Gabriel. Calafiori. Calafiori, what are you doing? Sending it back to Kepa. Declan Rice. Back to Calafiori. Back to Kepa. Saliba. Zubamendi to Ben White. Madueke on the touchline. Oh, there's Calafiori getting in the penalty area. Nunez. And that goes all the way out to Kepa. Saliba. Zubamendi. Now Calafiori cutting way inside. Saliba. Back to Zubamendi. Where's the ideas for Arsenal? Madueke. Back to Gabriel. Arsenal right now down 2-0 to Man City. Really, no ideas at this point. Madueke cutting inside. That is a foul by Semenyo. I can't wait for when these two teams meet on April the 19th. That might very well decide the Premier League title. All right, a little less than 20 minutes left. Declan Rice with the free kick. Calafiori, oh, right at the keeper. Right at Trafford. And now City on the counterattack. Turkey. Bernardo Silva. Rodri. Kusanov. Ake. Kusanov. Semenyo. Bernardo Silva. Back to Kusanov. Bernardo Silva. O'Reilly. Doku. Ben White. O'Reilly. Rodri. Ake. Victor Gyökeres has been nowhere to be found in this matchup now. Cherky over Trossard. Gets past Calafiori, but bad pass. Leandro Trossard. Okay. Really, the front three for Arsenal: Saka, Gyökeres, and Trossard. Really nowhere to be found in this Carabao Cup final. But then again, Erling Haaland has really, other than one shot, he's been nowhere to be found out either. But O'Reilly, the star of the match, with both goals. Arsenal with a throw in. Declan Rice. Saliba. Declan Rice. Gabriel. Calafiori. Trossard. That's out. Throw in Arsenal. Saka. Zubamendi. Good pass to Saka. But O'Reilly's there. Erling Haaland. Saliba. Rice. White. Back to Declan Rice. Now Madueke. Madueke. Oh, he tried to pass, but he's met by Bernardo Silva. Doku. And that's off of Arsenal. That'll be a throw in for City. Back to William Saliba. Kepa. Gabriel. Declan Rice. Calafiori taken down by Nunes. That's a foul. Looks like Gabriel Martinelli is about to come on. Oh, good job by Ake there, holding off Gyökeres. All the way back out to Saliba. Zubamendi. Trossard, he's got space. Back to Declan Rice. Zubamendi. Madueke. Zubamendi. Trossard, whoa, what's all that space there? Calafiori. Almost a goal there for Arsenal. Nice job by Trossard. Oh, it just gets past the foot of Leandro Trossard. Oh, just. Oh, off the post. Okay, that's a foul by Declan Rice. Arsenal fans very concerned. And we know they've let a couple of leads slip in the Premier League as well. There's heavy pressure now by Arsenal. There's Trafford. Sends it long. Gabriel wins the header. Okay, that's a throw in for Arsenal. Throw in. Zubamendi. Oh, he tried to get it to Declan Rice. Now Jeremy Doku. Oh, good work. Get it past Madueke. Now Ake to Nunez. Picked up by Calafiori. Calafiori has done well for Arsenal since coming on, but Zubamendi gets dispossessed. Now Erling Haaland. Now it's Ryan Cherky. This could be the nail in the coffin if City can get another one in. Rodri. What was Rodri thinking? That's a throw in for Arsenal. Declan Rice to Ben White. Ben White. Oh, that was a terrible pass. Good anticipation by Bernardo Silva. Now Doku to Rodri. Ryan Cherky. Semenyo. Now Bernardo Silva to Kusanov. Cherky. Bernardo Silva. Nunez. Back to Nunez. Kusanov. Oh, Kusanov almost turned that over. Ake. Doku. Great defense by Silva. Kepa. Looks like there's a double substitution by Arsenal. Now Gabriel Martinelli is coming on for Trossard. That's a substitution that probably should have happened earlier. And Gabriel Jesus is coming on for Ben White. So Arsenal's going to go all out here. Let's try to get this a little. Okay, so there's a double sub for Arsenal. So again, Martinelli is on for Trossard. And Gabriel Jesus comes on for Ben White. So there's got to be some kind of formation change. It looks like Ebericha Eze is not going to come on for this matchup. Okay. Now with less than 10 minutes left. Zubamendi. Gabriel. Oh, Gyökeres. That was a bad pass. Gyökeres has been nowhere to be found in this match. All right, back to the action. Gabriel. Arsenal running out of time. Madueke misses that. And you can just see the body language of Arsenal. It's not good right now. O'Reilly, who he's going to get man of the match. Trafford. Nunez. Cherky. Loses possession. But City get it back. Look at Cherky. That's a foul. Cherky having a very good match for Man City in this Carabao Cup final. City fans delighted. Another foul, this time by Declan Rice on Jeremy Doku. Now, Arsenal with the heavy pressure, but that's going to be a throw in for Manchester City. There's a look at the Arsenal fans. Okay, some of them are already leaving. The ones that remain looking very frustrated. That's another foul by Declan Rice on Doku. Kuzanov. Nunez. Cherky. Calafiori. Now Gabriel Jesus against Holland. Holland dropping back on defense. To Saliba. Gabriel. Zubamendi. Calafiori. Gabriel Jesus. Dispossessed by Doku. But now, Gabriel gets the ball back for Arsenal. Oh! Oh, Rodri. But there's Gyökeres. And that'll be a throw-in for Arsenal. There's a little bit of hope for Arsenal. They've got about 3 minutes and stoppage time, so it's a tall order. Throw in. Martinelli. Declan Rice. Rice with the cross to Madueke. Madueke with the cross. That looks like it's too strong. Gabriel Jesus. Oh, Gyökeres. Penalty called. Now, Declan Rice. Calafiori. Back to Declan Rice. Bukayo Saka. Oh, what a move by Saka. Goes for the shot. He's down. Nothing called. Jeremy Doku. Now Rodri. Semenyo. It's just him and Calafiori. Martinelli coming in to help. Now City with a chance here to go up 3-0. Nunez. Cherky. City trying to finish things off. Great dribbling by Cherky. The cross. Cleared by Gabriel. taken up by Madueke. Now, Nathan Ake. And this looks like it's pretty much wrapped up here. Looks like City are going to win the Carabao Cup. But Arsenal, even though they won't win the quadruple, they're still in line for a treble. They're still in the FA Cup. They're doing great in the Champions League. Jeremy Doku almost seals it. Leading the Premier League, and they are in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, where they will play Sporting Lisbon, which Arsenal should probably win that, and that would set up a mega showdown in the semifinals with either Barcelona or Atletico Madrid. On the other side of the Champions League bracket, it's going to be Liverpool against PSG. And then it's going to be Real Madrid against Bayern Munich. So you've got some titanic matchups in the quarterfinals. PSG, the defending champions, uh, because of Liverpool's form in the league, you got to look at PSG as the favorites. But Liverpool in the Champions League, they tend to be a different bird, much like Real Madrid are the same way in the Champions League. All right, 4 minutes left of stoppage time. And like I said, we're going to keep it here for the medal ceremony as well. But it looks like it's done and dusted here. Looks like there's no chance of an Arsenal comeback. And, there's going to be questions asked of Arsenal now. I think this is only their third loss in like the last 44, 45 matches in all competitions. But you do have to put a lot, that second goal by O'Reilly, not so much, but that first goal, you got to put that one on Kepa. There's another bad pass. You see some of the Arsenal fans starting to leave. Now, to be honest, I'm sure Arsenal wanted to win this trophy, but if we're being honest, it's not one of the trophies that Arsenal really, really want. They want the Premier League, probably and the Champions League. Again, they're still in the FA Cup. I think they're in the FA Cup quarterfinals. So Arsenal are still in line to win a treble. But this day is going to belong to Manchester City. Maduke. Calafiori. Gabriel. Holding off Phil Foden. Minute and a half left in this final. But mentally, this is a big this is huge for Manchester City. Madueke. Oh, Saka. Could have had a chance, but that was blocked by Rodri. Doku. That's a foul. And another trophy in the cabinet for Pep Guardiola. Another trophy to consolidate his greatness as a manager. Disappointment on the faces of the Arsenal faithful. as the last few seconds tick away. And there's the final whistle. And Manchester City with 2 goals in the second half from Nico Riley. They win the Carabao Cup in 2026. And I'll give you the trophy presentation, and then we'll be out. Doesn't look like there's too many hard feelings here. No, a lot of sportsmanship between both sides. There's been some animosity, post-game animosity in the past between these two squads. Doesn't look like that today, but the Carabao Cup, if you're looking at it from a big picture standpoint, probably the trophy that Arsenal is least interested in. But there's Mikel Arteta shaking hands. Erling Haaland, not a great performance by him, but he's quite happy. There's the star of the match, Nico O'Reilly. There's Rodrigo, another virtuous performance by him. Again, thank you to everybody that watched me on X today. That's some real viewership. There's the captain of City, Bernardo Silva. Nico O'Reilly with goals in the 60th and the 64th minute. A great defensive effort by Nathan Ake as well. Now it'll be interesting to see how Arsenal react after losing this Carling Cup final. They are still top of the Premier League. So no changes there. Okay, looks like we've got today as another day of March Madness for everybody here in the States. Kentucky's going to play Iowa State. St. John's is going to play Kansas. Those are going to be some good basketball games right there. Let's see. Let's take a look at Arsenal's schedule. They are going to play Southampton in the FA Cup. That'll be their next matchup, and then they will play Sporting CP in the first leg of the Champions League quarterfinals. And then April 11th, they'll play Bournemouth. Then they play Sporting again in the second leg on the 15th of April. and then the big daddy, April the 19th against Manchester City. So again, I think if Arsenal come away with a win or draw against Man City, I think they will. I think they'll walk out with the Premier League trophy. Having said that, if Manchester City win against Arsenal on the 19th, things are going to get very interesting for Manchester City. They are of the Champions League, eliminated by Real Madrid, so they don't have to worry about that. With that being said, they've got a big on April the 4th. They will host Liverpool in the FA Cup. And then, but see, here's the deal with Manchester City. They've got a couple of tough ones. They've got Liverpool in the FA Cup. They also have Chelsea in the Premier League. So let's say Arsenal, they beat Southampton. Chelsea got a result against Manchester City at the Etihad. But Chelsea are struggling big time in the league. So there's no telling. There's really no telling how that's going to go. There's a look at you can see Arsenal are disappointing. I think if Arsenal had won this Carabao Cup final, I think they might have legitimately have broken City for this season. But now, with this win by City in the Carabao Cup final, I think City, they are definitely seeing that they are hopeful that Arsenal will start tumbling. Okay, it looks like the Arsenal players are leaving. Are they going to get second place medals or not? I'm not sure. Is there like an actual medal ceremony? I guess I guess they're going up. Okay, they're going up the ramp there to get their second place medals. Definitely not their finest hour. So again, it'll be interesting to see how they bounce back. When they play Southampton in the FA Cup. So they've got about 13 days to think about it. All right, there's Mikel Arteta shaking hands, about to get his medal, his second place medal. There's the captain, Bukayo Saka. Okay, looks like they're not going to put him around their neck. They're just going to give him the medal. Okay, so they're giving their medals and off they go. I guess they don't put them around their neck anymore like they used to. But I guess when you're the second place team, you just want to get the heck out of town, which is what Arsenal are about to do. They just there they are, and there they go. Okay, you see them kind of going back down the stairs there. But again, this is probably the trophy that, in the big picture, Arsenal are least desiring, so to speak. What they really want is that Premier League trophy, a trophy that they have not won in 22 years. Man, look at Bukayo Saka, the way he's walking. Man, that might. He's what, 24, 25 years old, man. Whew, man, he may not be able to walk in 10 years. He's kind of walking like John Cena walks now. All right, Arsenal, they've gotten their second place medals. And now Manchester City going up the stairs at Wembley Stadium to get their winners' medals and to lift the Carabao Cup here in 2026. Last year, a much more emotional Carabao Cup final. Newcastle United beat Liverpool 2-0. It was Newcastle United's first trophy of any kind since 1955. This one's a little different. You have two teams here in Arsenal and Manchester City that, quite frankly, are used to winning trophies, especially Manchester City. And so, in just a few moments here, they're going to lift the Carabao Cup. There's Pep Guardiola. Again, another trophy to consolidate him as you can make a legitimate case he might be the greatest manager of all time. He's probably definitely the best one pretty much in the last 15 years. I think he's probably surpassed Sir Alex Ferguson and Brian Clough as the greatest manager in the history of English soccer and in the history of the Premier League. You can certainly say he's probably surpassed Jose Mourinho. He's got a legitimate case. He looked burnt out at the end of last season, but looks like he's got his swag back. All right, there's the captain Bernardo Silva, who's definitely going to go down as one of the greatest players in the history of the Premier League. He's up there as far as the midfield with Frank Lampard and Steven Gerrard and Kevin De Bruyne and Roy Keane and Paul Scholes. No question that Bernardo Silva belongs in that conversation. There's a look at Erling Haaland with Pep Guardiola. Again, Erling Haaland has not had the best of seasons this year. There's Nico O'Reilly, the star of this final. If he keeps having performances like this in big games, Nico O'Reilly will end up being an all-time great. There's the captain Bernardo Silva. Now they're definitely getting the medals put around their neck. That's for sure. Another winner's medal for him. There is the Carabao Cup trophy. There's Thomas Tuchel, who beat Pep Guardiola in the Champions League final in 2020. But great respect between both coaches. And there's the Carabao Cup. I have no idea who that gentleman is that's given Bernardo Silva the trophy. And here's the moment. Manchester City, 2026 Carabao Cup champions. 2-0 winners over Arsenal in the final. Again, they're out of the Champions League. Still in contention for the Premier League. Still in contention to win the FA Cup. So Manchester City still in contention for a treble as well. Good performance by James Trafford, the goalkeeper, with those 3 saves early in the first half. And really, after that, Arsenal really struggled. They struggled with the speed of Jeremy Doku and Semenyo. So that's something for Pep Guardiola to think about when they had their matchup on April the 18th. Excuse me, April the 19th, which I will do a watch along here on the Operation Smooth podcast. And there's a look at Arsenal watching the celebrations by Manchester City. This might put some more pressure on Mikel Arteta to get it done in the Premier League. All right, so that's going to be it. There's Mikel Arteta applauding Pep Guardiola. Again, it's clear that at least today in the second half in particular, Manchester City, the better team. If Kepa had gotten his hands on that cross and that cross hadn't have gone through his fingers in the 60th minute, who knows how this matchup would have ended. As the captain Bernardo Silva goes down the tunnel, goes down the stairs, getting greeted by the mobs of Manchester City fans at Wembley Stadium. There's a look at Max Dowman, the young 16-year-old, the difference maker in that win over Everton last Saturday. All right, so we're going to end things here on the Operation Smooth podcast. Thank you to everybody that watched the first half of this doubleheader, the Tottenham versus Nottingham Forest game, in which Nottingham Forest won 3-0 and really putting pressure on Tottenham to stay above the relegation zone. And then this Carabao Cup final right here, Arsenal losing 2-0 to Manchester City. Until the next podcast, this has been the Operation Smooth podcast. Until our next watch along, thank you very much to everybody that watched on X and on YouTube.